Hello class, welcome to lesson 9. This week we will be focusing on self-reliance, which is such an interesting topic. We've got some great readings this week. And speaking of self-reliance, you should still be tracking your finances, okay? We started that a couple of weeks ago, and we need to do it until lesson 11 when we will be reporting on that, okay? So this week in self-reliance we will see the topic of finances pop up a few times, but we'll be focusing on it in lesson 11 when we wrap up our finance tracking, okay? So there's a quick reminder there. As you go into the lesson material and quiz instructions, you'll see a bunch of great readings, like I said. Not too much to study this week, though. It should be a lighter week. You just get to go read these things and visit the Provident Living website, which is so neat to look through. We've got food storage and gardening and physical health and all sorts of ways that we can be self-reliant, and it's got different pieces of information on it here. So you will be spending 30 minutes studying out of the resources available on this website, and then in your application activity you will be choosing one of these topics to focus a goal on. So make sure that you're using this time to find something that you're genuinely interested in developing right now. So let's look at the application activity real quick. Go over to the application activity instructions. And it says, as we studied in the lesson material, there are different areas of self-reliance. Spiritual strength, education, health, employment, home food storage, and finances. So choose one of the 6 areas of self-reliance in which you would like to improve. And then you're going to set a goal for it. So in the template, it helps you set that goal. Here in the template, it says take some time to reflect and to choose one of these self-reliance areas, which was listed in the instructions we just read. So choose one of them. So let's say I want to develop my gardening skills, which is true. I do. I just currently live in an apartment with not a lot of scope for gardening, so this might not be practical for me right now, but it's just an example at the moment. And then it says through prayer, develop it into a SMART goal. So in the past lessons, I've noticed that a lot of you were setting multiple goals in your SMART goal. Part of a SMART goal being specific means you're going to focus on just one thing to improve. So as I think about how I want to improve my self-reliance in gardening, I need to make sure that I'm only focusing on one thing, not the many, many, many things I want to get done, and make sure that it is something I can achieve within 1 week. That is stated clearly in the instructions here. It says a SMART goal that will be achieved in 1 week, and we should be reporting on this in our next learning report. So make sure that you're choosing something specific and something that you can accomplish within that short amount of time. Okay, so just wrote up my goal. I decided I could write a goal on this even though I live in an apartment. So here's my example of a SMART goal to show you what I mean by just focusing on one thing. So I say this week I will research plants that can grow in low light and in pots, because we're also in like a basement level so we don't get much light, and choose 3 that I want to use next year. So all I'm doing is researching and choosing. That's it. I'm not researching and choosing and buying them and buying the pots and the soil and getting them all planted. You know, I'm not doing the whole process this week. I'm just doing one initial step. So do yourself a favor and just focus on that first step so that you don't overwhelm yourself. Make it really attainable. Make sure you're getting done what you want to get done, but don't feel the need to push yourself too hard, okay? Just focus on one goal at a time. I did write up brief examples of how to answer these questions, but I'm not going to go over them now. Just remember that if you come up with more constraints as you are writing, to maybe go back and put that into your overall SMART goal. So here I say I will research everything by Thursday and make a decision by Saturday. I might add that into my overall SMART goal so I've got it all in one place. So I just add in, I will finish my research homework by Thursday and make my decision by Saturday. And that way it's just all together, and that can be nice because then you've got your whole goal stated in one place. So there's a suggestion there. And then finally, you will be writing up a letter from your future self. So for me, I would be writing as if I had already done a successful apartment garden for a while. What would I write to myself? And make sure you include these 3 steps. Why is this type of self-reliance important? So I would need to tell myself why learning to garden is important. And I would need to explain the benefits that I have seen after becoming a successful gardener. What benefits have I seen? And then I'd need to give specific suggestions and steps to encourage my current self to work towards this piece of self-reliance. So I will be looking for these 3 areas here, so please make sure to include them. And then you'll need to write at least a half a page, 12-point font, single-spaced. So basically you'll end up filling up the rest of the page here, okay? So there's how we do the application activity, and that should be it. It's a pretty straightforward week. I hope you can really enjoy it and just enjoy going through the readings and thinking about what you want to focus on. Let me know if you have any questions.